Hello everybody, this is Nikki Zick from Nikki Zick Paints, and today we're going to be painting a floral abstract in a vase, as you see here, using watercolors. I'm using the Mailing highly concentrated paints well, I'll show you my palette. It's quite messy right now, but this is the brand that I bought from Amazon. It's great. It looks messy, but it is clean to me. So right now I have my 9 by 12. I think this is Canson paper, watercolor paper. Not too rough, it's slightly smooth, which it depends on what your preference is, and mine changes day to day, so I like different qualities of paper. Always cotton I try, but there's also wood grain pulp, and but this paper, as you see, gives me these modeled different areas of color and blending, and I kind of like that it's not even. And here too, in this background, I didn't put salt, but that looks like a salt spot. But here we go. We're going to start off with the center flower and work our way around. My paints are wet already, so I'm just going to take, I have a half-inch dagger that I'm going to use. Since this painting and page is larger, we're going to use a larger dagger brush than usual. And here we go. We're going to go into a plum purple color for the center and load the brush up and just do, it's not a rose, I promised you, no more roses. It's abstract floral. It's got some roses in there, but there's some other flowers. We'll come down here and put one. Just do the indications of a flower. You could do 4 petals, 5 petals. I could do a bud up here, a side view over here. So the idea is that we're going to be layering paint wet on wet to do this bouquet. Okay, next we're going to go into a nice crimson color here and here. There is no right or wrong way of color placing. I'm just telling you how I'm doing it for this video. But you could do it light to dark. You could do it any which way you want. I'm just doing it as I'm teaching you now. Maybe some little sprig of something going on up here. Okay, then I'm going to add some nice vibrant orange, which is, I told everybody, my new favorite color. I haven't bought anything yet in the color. I guess I missed that boat. Even in autumn, I only could get pumpkin, not this bright orange. Okay, so now I'm going to start mixing the orange with the red. And you'll see a lot of wonderful things happen with the colors. Make sure your brush is loaded with water and pigment. Okay, we're coming along nicely. Now we're going to start going into the turquoise blue areas. I have 2 nice turquoises in this palette. We'll try this one first. This one's lovely. So now we're mixing in the colors where the holes are, per se, and making a bouquet of flowers in an abstract way. We'll leave some areas to fill in for leaves. Okay, now we're going to go into this lovely, beautiful royal blue, or ultramarine, but it's really lovely. The mix is nice with my purples and the aqua. Now we'll start doing some of our greenery. Have a nice apple green. I'm going to start with the light greens first, here and there. It's close to the red in my palette, so picked up some of that, but this is a abstract floral, so it's fine. Now we're going to come in and do the vase or vase. Use a different aqua. And just come down straight and pull the color. And if you pull the color of the leaf, that looks even prettier. Doesn't have to be perfectly straight. There you go. There's your vase. Now we're going to come in with some deep darker greens as shown here. I'm using a nice hunter green. Load your paintbrush. Not too much, or you don't want to drip all over the place. I'm going to add some dark green leaves. I want to use more of a yellow green. Here we go, up down here, accent the green. These flowers need leaves when they grow, so we got to add some in our abstract floral. Okay. We can come back and add greens after we add our background. Okay, now we're going to start with a nice golden yellow. I'm going to start in the upper right corner. And the paper is dry, so I'm just doing a dry, wet on dry, because our paints on the paper are wet, the flowers. So right now I just did dry on wet, and I'm just going to now slightly touch the edge and let the colors bleed. Now I'm going to use a wet, clean brush and pull the yellow down. From the top, pull it down. Because I want this yellow to be here when I mix in the next color. So I'm wetting the paper for the next color to be laid down. You can touch the side of your vase and let that bleed in. You don't want your paper saturated. Your leaves might be disappearing, but we will add more later. And go in with your background into your bouquet, like I'm doing horizontally. Not too much because you don't want it to get too muddy. Okay, now we're going to come down to the bottom right with our deep royal blue or ultramarine. Pull it up, go to the side of the vase, take more blue and make a strong line and a bottom and bring the blue down. Strong line. And now we're going to blend this blue up into the yellow. Get more blue. And work your way out, blend it out, tap the bottom. This is not a block pad, so you might see it start to buckle. So I'm going to start working them quite fast now because it's going to start buckling. Okay, I'm wetting the top corner, left. It might have some bleeding, but I'm going to add the blue because I want it to be runny and just blend in with all the colors that are wet. Okay, we're going to come inside a little here and there. It is okay to leave some areas white, as I did in the original. It gives added interest. We're going to blot up some of this blue, going up and dab, go across. Okay, now we're going to add more of the golden yellow, but this time in the middle. Okay, so blend it up and blend it down. Blend it in. Inside your bouquet. Okay. And add a little pure yellow, just a cheat, inside here, here and there, because it is nice to have a little yellow peeking. Okay. Now for the bottom, we're going to use a very light green. Just, oops, that wasn't too light, because it was wet on dry. So here we go. Put the green up. I'm just going to wash it to the edge of the vase. I might lose some of those sprigs, but we'll put them back in once the background is dry. Bring the background color in. Okay. See a little hole at the top where we didn't put yellow. Go back, get a little more yellow if you want. Blend it. Everything is still wet. This paper is very porous right now and totally saturated with paint. See, look, here's a little spot happening. I didn't use salt. You didn't see me pick up a salt shaker. But we have a little splotch. No problem. I like it. I think we're going to be daring and go on with some darker greens. Dab and lift, dab and lift. It's looking good. It's a little bigger bouquet than I did originally, but I like it. I'm just going to add my sprig down here. Still a little wet. Okay. And there's our abstract floral. Don't touch it, let it rest. There's a lot of water and paint on this paper right now. But if you enjoyed this video, give it a thumbs up. And if you're new to the channel, please hit subscribe so you get alerts for future videos. Once again, it's Nikki Zick from Nikki Zick Paints, and thanks for watching.